Alright boys, so you know the rundown by now. We've done a bunch of these update videos this year since there's been content for SSF2 every 2 months, including this update, update 1.2.5, the November update. I will admit this update is a bit smaller than usual, a lot less content added, but a lot of balancing changes. So if you're into competitive SSF2 or competitive Smash, a lot of big changes this update. I also want to mention that McLeod Gaming is doing one more update this year in December. It's going to be the final SSF2 update of this year. Hopefully there'll be some next year, since I know SSF2 will continue to get updates even though they're making Frame Makers, like it's a new game they're making. They're still going to work on SSF2. But anyways, let's talk about the update. The biggest content thing, and really the only actual content added, is new costumes for Chibi Robo. Yeah, I know, not my personal favorite pick for a character. It is Chibi Robo after all. But hey, you know what? They're pretty good costumes. They're not Goku costumes, but at least they're better than nothing. I love the dark and blue one. It's so nice. If I were a Chibi player, I would use this one. It's so fire. But overall, some great costumes. But yeah, that's kind of it for content updates. It seems like since the last patch was a lot of content with like the Crystal Smash and Falcon costumes and the new Goku Final Smash, all that stuff, this patch is kind of just balancing changes. The competitive community was not very happy with last update. I don't know if any of you saw. There were some videos, talking about it not being the best update. The biggest problem with the last SSF2 update people really hated was the G2A changes, aka ground to air speed changes. But McLeod Gaming actually reverted a lot of those changes. A lot of those cool characters like Mario and Falcon and just a bunch of characters are much faster this update, which is nice. We like that fast gameplay. But other than that, there's lots of cool character-specific changes, so we're going to talk about that starting now. Starting with, of course, Bandana D, my channel mascot. Love this guy. He got some interesting changes with some new sound effects from Kirby Fighters 2. They're, they're pretty weird, a little odd, I will say. He kind of sounds like an Inkling, actually, so that's kind of interesting. But yeah, he does it every time he gets hit or does certain attacks. So yeah, new Bandana D sound effects. Moving on to Bomberman, he also got some nice new stuff, but not sound effects. He got visual changes. His down air and forward air now have new visual effects. They're much cleaner. Here's a comparison right here. I think they're much nicer now. After Bomberman is Captain Falcon, who got some actual balance changes. Again, the G2A changes help him a lot. He's much faster in the air. And also his Falcon Punch is stronger. It has more knockback in the air, which is cool, I guess. Donkey Kong got a slight nerf. Donkey Kong's get-up attack is a lot slower now. Before, when you did it, it would just immediately do the attack from the ledge. It was crazy. But now it has an animation, so you can actually react to it. It's going to be a lot more balanced. Isaac got a nerf and kind of a buff. It's hard to say for sure. His side special, like the hand that moves, is a lot faster now, which is a good thing. You can push people way faster. But you also fall much faster while using it in the air, so you can't use it to stall your recovery, which was a big thing people use all the time, was to stall your recovery so you can recover better. And now you just fall much faster, it's harder to do that. Crystal was a character who got a lot of nerfs this patch. She was fairly strong before, and these nerfs will likely make her a lot more balanced. Her down smash has a lot more end lag. A lot of her moves do less damage overall, like plenty of her aerials. Her forward air kills a lot later, it was a very good kill move before. Her sniper has a lot less kill power. That was a great move before, and it'll probably still be pretty good. Marth got some surprising buffs. He got a buff to his counter. It actually stuns the opponent now when you successfully counter something. So now you're a lot more reliable for actually getting the hit after countering. Before, people could actually get away after, hitting Marth when he's doing the counter. It also has less end lag, a whole 6 less frames, and although that's a lot, the move is still pretty slow, even with 6 less, ending lag frames. Ness got a slight nerf to his PK Fire. It now has more end lag, making it a worse option to spam, and also just easier to punish. Pac-Man's fruit got changed, like always. I mean, let's be real, I feel like every patch, Pac-Man gets a change to his fruit. It's just much harder to re-grab again. They despawn really fast after hitting something. You can now throw a fruit from the neutral B while holding a fruit if you manage to grab it, so you can do these crazy janky Pac-Man combos. I don't know, it's just so hard to keep up with. There's all these changes for Pac-Man all the time. Moving on is Pit, who got a lot of buffs after getting nerfed last patch. This patch reverted a lot of nerfs to Pit. A lot of his moves are back to how they used to be. His arrow's back to how it used to be. You can still control it much easier now. His forward tilt's back to how it used to be. His dash attack can now meteor. I know, it's kind of crazy. They just added a meteor on his dash attack for some reason. I don't know why. It's a sweet spot right at the end. They did remove the heavy armor on his side special when you do it in the air. So when you're recovering, you're now kind of vulnerable. And lastly, not a huge buff, but his down B now has no limit to how long you can hold it. You can keep reflecting forever. And you can also drift with it in the air, if that's useful for any reason. Moving on to Simon, who also got a good amount of buffs, surprisingly. His cross is bigger, it's 12.5% bigger to be exact, and also you send it lower, so you can now hit those small characters like Kirby and Pichu who before could just sit there and dodge it. His up air was also completely changed. It's now like his Smash Ultimate up air, so it's just a completely different move. Also, in my opinion, much better. And his Holy Water, his down special, is just bigger by 20%. While Luigi got some nice visual effects, my personal favorite being this indicator when you get a misfire. It's much nicer and easier to tell. Yoshi got a nice buff. His Egg Dash is back, which is like his pseudo wave dash. We talked about it before. It was removed last patch. So when you use an up special on a platform as Yoshi, you can do this sort of like wave dash. Very cool mechanic. I'm glad it's back. I did miss it when it was removed. But yeah, that's the whole update. Really a small update, nothing crazy, but hopefully the patch in December is big. I really hope it has some cool content. Fingers crossed. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and thank you for watching.